Madrid's newest signing, Franco, has just done his first interview since rejecting PSG to join the best club on this planet. And we also got some major updates about what Xabi Alonso plans on doing with this player for next season. So we got to talk about it. I want to look through his interview, and I also want to break down what the manager plans on doing tactically. But I want to know what you think about Franco. And I also want to know, how do you think Xabi Alonso should use him next season in this squad? Get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. I'm very happy with Real Madrid's summer business so far. I think the 3 signings that we've made are all going to cook. And when I look at the personnel that we've brought in, Dean and Trent address areas that we needed, whereas Franco was more of a luxury kind of signing. Because do I think that we need a player of his profile? Not necessarily, but I understand why the club went in for him. When you have a generational talent like this available, and when he's about to go to PSG, who just won the UCL, and who looked like the best team on planet Earth, you have to go in and hijack that deal. And that's exactly what we did. And when I look at these 3 players, the one that I'm the most excited for is Franco, because he's the wild card to me. When it came to Trent and Dean, I kind of had a level of expectation because I've watched them before. For example, Trent, we all know he's one of the best right backs in the world. An amazing playmaker, amazing from set pieces, and he's going to add to our team going forward. Defensively, we're going to have to figure out a way to get the best out of him, but we know that Trent is world class for what he offers you on the ball. Dean, I'm very excited about him because I think potentially he can become the best center back in the world. And we see his start in the Club World Cup. He's been cooking so far. My man has no weakness on the ball. Phenomenal. Is a great ball progressor. His passing is ridiculous. Defensively, you cannot get past him. 1v1s, he's a rock in that back line. This is going to be the leader of Real Madrid and Spain's defense for the next decade. And we saw him at Bournemouth last season cooking. So I kind of had a certain level of expectations for him. But with Franco, this is a player who, until we got linked with him a little over a year ago, I've never heard of the guy. I don't watch South American football. I don't even think in America they show their games on TV. I gotta go on one of those websites where you press the play button like 10 times, you gotta close 30 ads, and then the game might start. That's how you watch South American football, where I'm at in the US at least. But when I've seen the highlights, when I've looked at the match reports, and then during the Club World Cup, I've watched him. I saw him get man of the match against Monterrey, going against Sergio Ramos. This guy looks like an absolute baller. And because I've not watched him before recently, my expectations are not that high. So he can impress me, or he can end up being somebody that we sit back and say, maybe he's not ready. But from what I've seen so far, the guy looks like an absolute baller. And again, I think we've went 3-4-3 so far. And Real Madrid's not done in the transfer window, by the way. After the Club World Cup ends, I expect us to make at least 1 more signing. Maybe even 2, depending on who ends up leaving, right? But look, this is not a transfer video per se, because my guy Franco has done his first interview, like I said, since signing for Real Madrid. Now, I was looking for the transcript everywhere. DAZN's got to fix up, because why is it not on their website? Luckily, I was able to find somebody. I never heard this website, but look, they have it right here, and we're going to read through it. So, again, get in the comment section And let me know what you're saying about Franco, man. And don't forget, we're also going to look at some reports about how Xabi Alonso plans on using this player next season. I'm very excited because it seems like Franco is going to be a big part of what Real Madrid do next season. But here we go. So Franco, I cannot say this guy's last name to save my life. My days. Is it Mastantuono? I think that's how you say it, actually. But I'm not going to even attempt it again because I'm probably butchering it. But it says, Franco broke his silence and spoke for the first time about his transfer to Real Madrid. Okay. Let's see. Oh, do they have the interview right here? Hold on. Let's listen to it. Shit, that's clutch.
Para lo que mi interior, mi círculo íntimo, yo las cosas las tengo claras, entonces no me afecta mucho lo que la gente puede llegar a decir.
Never mind, chat. Never mind, chat. I don't speak Spanish. A little bit, but not how he's talking. My man is going super fast. By the way, Franco looks like he's like 27 years old. This guy don't look 17, okay? This look like a grown-ass man. And his voice is hella deep. What the hell? Yeah, I was hoping that that'd be in English, but yeah, that's in Spanish. You guys already know what video I'm about to pull out right here. Hold on. I feel like I pull out this video every single time we do something with Spanish. Hold on. Kevin Hart. Yeah, we're going to just run this. Here we go, chat.
Buenas noches, días. 7, 8. Me llamo Kevin y tú. ¿Dónde estaba? ¿Cómo 7 y 6?
All right, now let me stop fucking around. All right, so let's get into it. He says, I'm playing this tournament at River, and my mind is focused on where I am now. I have things clear. I enjoy being at River today, and I dream of winning the tournament. Said the 17-year-old who has been a standout for the team.
I don't like him.
And what is that? Okay. Who has been a standout for the team in his first 2 matches. He goes on to say, I know that after this, I'll have to change my life to go somewhere else to play for a team that doesn't need to be named because we already know what it is. So, okay, with the first quote, you're not winning this tournament, buddy. Big up to you, right? My wonder kid in the Club World Cup cooking. Certain people's wonder kid is at home on the couch, okay? Watching my wonder kid ball out. Just wanted to throw that out there, okay? Possibly the best 17-year-old is heading to Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? You know, argue amongst yourselves. But yeah, you're not winning the tournament. Real Madrid will win this. And then you can join us in August. And we're going to cook next season. Xabi Alonso is here, people. Xabi ball. We're going to be on fire. Also going to say, with humility and maturity, Mastantuono acknowledged that he is experiencing a unique moment. He says, it has always been a dream. Everything changes. A new chapter begins in another country. Any player dreams of playing for River and Real Madrid. It's happening to me, and I'm grateful. Look, man, in my next life, I will be Real Madrid's left winger, okay? Not in this life, because I chose to do YouTube instead. I said, you know what, Vinicius? I could have took your spot, but I'm going to allow you to live out your dreams. But in my next life, though, yeah, you'll catch me on the left wing for Real Madrid, 100%. Go and say, he also revealed that the conversation with Xabi Alonso was key to accepting the offer from the Spanish club. He says, the way he treated me was unbelievable. Having the coach want you is a huge vote of confidence for someone who is leaving a club like River, which isn't easy. You know what I like about Xabi Alonso? This manager is going to give the youth an opportunity. We see it with Gonzalo Garcia, who's been having a very good Club World Cup so far, right? He started all of our games. He's taken advantage of Mbappe being sick and Endrick being injured. And I think he's not going to be the only kid from the academy that ends up breaking into the first team this season. If Carlo Ancelotti was still at Real Madrid, I would look at Franco and tell him, do not sign for us. Because this manager does not use the youth. Look at how Carlo Ancelotti wasted Arda Güler for 2 seasons. Wasted Endrick last season, right? Xabi Alonso's not going to do that. the young players will get opportunities. And we know that he was super close to signing for PSG. And he did speak with Luis Enrique. But if the manager of Real Madrid is saying that he wants you, and if he's saying that you're going to be an important role or an important piece for him, I think it makes a lot more sense to pick Real Madrid over PSG, even though PSG look phenomenal at the moment. But if you could be a big player for either two of those clubs, it's a no-brainer, right? Come on now. Especially these South Americans, they dream about playing for either Barca or Real Madrid. Like, that is their dream. And it's crazy because PSG were working on that deal for months. Real Madrid entered the negotiations to sign him on Tuesday. The deal was wrapped up by Thursday. We hijacked that in like 48 hours, bruv. You know what I'm saying? We signed this player so fast, I don't think that PSG even realized what happened, bro. The hijack was smooth. The hijack was successful. But, yeah, look, it's been confirmed multiple times already that Xabi Alonso does want this player at Real Madrid. Now, it also continues to say, although the end of his time with River Plate is approaching, the playmaker made it clear that his commitment to River remains intact. He says, I always play with the same professionalism. I know I don't have many matches left, but I do it with the same drive and the same passion. I have a deep love for the club, and I'll always give everything for these colors. And I'll be real, I hope that he gets knocked out early. Like, I hope that River Plate don't go far in this tournament. I don't need this guy potentially getting any kind of injuries. I need him on the first flight to Madrid immediately, okay? Look, maybe because we've been Hospital FC over the last few seasons, it makes me feel nervous. But, yeah, hopefully, yeah, he don't have that. Look, I've seen enough, okay? The guy's the baller. Say he concluded with emotion. They gave me everything since I was a kid. River means a lot in my life. I'm a fan. My whole family is passionate about the club, and I've always dreamed of wearing this jersey. Nice. Okay. I mean, hold on. Yeah. Look, our wonder kid, okay? Man like Franco, the youngest player to ever make his debut for the Argentinian national team. One of the youngest players to score and debut for River Plate, if not the youngest. I'm just not too sure, so I don't want to make that statement. But he definitely is the youngest player to ever make his debut for Argentina. The guy's future is sky high. I can't even remember the last time that we had an Argentinian player in the squad. It might have been since Di Maria, unless I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the interview. I feel like they left some questions out, but I can't find the full transcript because DAZN are idiots. They didn't upload it, okay? There's nowhere on their website that has the interview. But we know that it happened because there's videos, and I'm seeing all these Madrid pages drop quotes. Now, on to what Xabi Alonso plans on doing with him. It says, Xabi Alonso sees Franco as a key player from the start. He's a big fan and played a role in signing him, obviously, right? And Franco confirmed they had a phone call. Now, to get a little bit more specific, it says Xabi's plan with Franco is that he plays as a right winger while also moving centrally like a 10 during matches. Arda Güler will go back into the midfield. And I actually like how this sounds. Now, who the hell knows what's going to happen with Rodrigo, right? There's a possibility that he leaves during this summer. And I think that right wing could be very open for a man like Franco to walk right into it because I don't view Brahim Diaz as a starter, right? Brahim is more of an impact sub. And with Arda Güler going back into midfield, right, they've already said that Arda Güler will be like that Luka Modric role kind of replacement. And I think that we've seen in this Club World Cup that Arda in midfield works. He brings stability to our side. Now, what I want to do really quickly is just build what the 11 could look like with Franco at the beginning of the season if Xabi Alonso does plan on making him a starter. So let's just go into a dream world, right? Where Jude is going to be injured, right? Because he does have to get his shoulder surgery. And let's say Rodrigo ends up leaving to go to Arsenal. I think this is how we will possibly look for the first game in La Liga. And this is me just doing some early predictions, all right? If you don't agree, let me know. So, Courtois, let's just run through this. We don't got to explain too much, right? Trent. I think it'll be Rudiger. I think it'll be Rudiger and Dean Howson. I really feel like Asensio's lost his starting spot. Unless Xabi Alonso is going to open up with a back three, then yeah, I think Asensio's going to be behind those two. Let's just go Fran Garcia, because I'm not trying to predict any signings that we make. So what's available, I think Fran Garcia just makes the most sense in a Xabi Alonso system. Again, remember, we already know Jude Bellingham is going to be injured. We know this already. He's going to miss 3 to 4 months after his surgery. So this is how we're building the 11, okay? Now, I think it'll be Tchouaméni, Valverde. I think Arda will be... Actually, I don't think that we're going to do a 4-2-3-1, to be honest. I think we're going to do like a 4-3-3. So let me switch this up a little bit. Okay. Arda. Like, I don't think that Real Madrid are going to play with 10s, kind of. Like, yeah, we might have Jude a little bit more advanced. But I think it'll be more like an advanced 8, kind of, right? Like, something like this is how I think that, like, we look. Maybe he will play as a traditional 10, but if they're talking about him being like that Luka Modric kind of replacement, then I think it'll be like an 8, but just a little bit more advanced possibly, just so he could be able to like link play, still be involved in the final third, still be able to play make. Now I think Vinicius will be on the left. I got Mbappe in the 9, and then on the right, I think it'll be Franco. Is he here? Here we go. Now, you know what? I'm actually going to predict the 4-2-3-1. Never mind. Forget what I'm saying. But, I mean, obviously, we got to switch some things around. So, hold on, chat. Yeah, I think it'll be Arda in the like that more advanced role. Vinicius on the left. Mbappe up top. And then I wouldn't be surprised because Franco can run as a 10 as well as being on the right. I wouldn't be surprised if him and Arda like interchange sometimes, right? As they build chemistry. But this is how I think we could possibly be lining up for our first La Liga match. And that says a lot if Franco's able to come in and walk into Real Madrid starting 11. That shit is actually crazy when you think about it. But again, I wish he was here for the Club World Cup so we could see him in the system already. But we're going to have to just look forward to training clips whenever he joins. But look. Get in the comment section. I want to know what you're saying about this. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications. The Discord, the link is down below. Get in there. Holla Madrid!